Hey, hold on, hold on. Camera's trying to take a dive on me. All right, we're back. Good to see you all. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. We're going to do your weekly reading, Taurus. This is the week of February 21st, 2023. I am going to be using the Spirit Song Tarot deck by Paulina Faye, which goes beautiful, beautiful deck. And then I will clarify with the Gilded Royal Tarot and perhaps use additional decks after that to see if we need to get more information for you. So just been here kind of hanging out, waiting a minute for you to jump on in if you choose to. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It's super, super important to help support the channel in more ways than you know. And it don't cost you anything. It's not going to send you spam or anything crazy like that. If it resonates for you, these readings, please hit the like button, leave a comment, perhaps if you feel inclined to do so. And also, just to let you know, I will never, ever reach out to you, hunt you down to get a personal reading. If you're interested in that, you can get into the description box down below. Go to my website directly there with the link and book a personal reading with me, okay? So, Taurus, let's see what we got going on for you. I'm going to get these cards out, then I'll pull the camera down a little bit so that you can see them from a bird's eye view there. All right, let's give it a shuffle up and then we will cut it up. Now, remember, these are general readings, so this may or may not pertain to you. If it doesn't, no problem. Come on back, check back next week, next Tuesday, see if your reading resonates with you then. You can also choose to reverse these messages if you feel like I'm speaking to the cross watcher, perhaps. Okay, so here we go, Taurus. All right, just going to cut it up for you. Again, I'll get the cards out and then I will pull the camera down so you can get a better view. Okay, your first card out is the Ten of Wands. Okay, responsibilities, dedication. It is in the upright. You've also got the King of Wands, optimism and innovation. Okay, all right. What you busting tail feathers on? You got the King of Pentacles in the reverse, followed by the Six of Wands in the reverse. At the bottom of the deck, you've got the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, let's get into this. Pull these cards down so you can see the spread. There you go. Okay. So Taurus, this is my view. What I'm going to do now is just reverse these around so you get a better image of these cards as they are laid out in your perspective. Okay. Taurus, you've got several people, well, a good couple of people in this deck that came out for you, pretty hard hitters in terms of their status. What I see here is with the Ten of Wands, opening your reading here, there is a lot of responsibilities or things that you might be focused on. You or crosswatcher could be your reading too. Well, could be the person that is around you, Taurus. A lot of fiery natured energy that requires a lot of focus, dedication, and hard work to be put in. You do have a person here, Taurus, that's carrying that same fire energy. So this could be you or the crosswatcher, but this person coming out as the King of Wands in this deck, they call it acorns, but that's just how the illustrator wanted to title it, but it really does emulate fire type energy. You can see there are two horses here. Well, yeah, in both of these images, you've got horse energy, and the horses are creatures that have lots of stamina, lots of strength. They can go for the long distance. You know, that Mustang power under the seat. So I like to see that only because if you do have a lot on your plate, you're being matched with the type of energy and optimism and courage to go get it. So that's a fantastic way to start out. Following that, now you've got another character appearing here. This is the King of Pentacles. This is courage and commitment as well. However, this King of Pentacles is in the reverse. This is tiger energy. I think the important thing to note here, Taurus, is that King of Crystals is earth and energy. So this could be you as well, being an earth sign here and also in a masculine type of energy. Because it's in the reverse, it could also be feminine energy. So just put it where it resonates there if it does. Now, the thing to note though is that I'm not surprised if Taurus, both of these kings are represented by you. You may be in a position right now where financially you're not quite as stable as you'd like to be. Perhaps you don't have necessarily all of your commitments necessarily locked down and in place. However, you want to get there. And so you certainly have, with the King of Wands here, you certainly have the gumption and the gusto to go after it. So that's also very good information. I like it when I see it like laid out this way because we all have been in this position, I think, at some point in our life where financially we're not exactly like at that level, but we certainly have goals, we've got ambitions, and we're striving for those. Now, the Six of Wands closes out this four-card spread called Success and Triumph. This is, the elk spirit, and elks, as you know, I'm just going to hold it upright so you can kind of see that. With the elk, they tend to be pretty vivacious and gregarious and charismatic creatures. They put themselves out into the public realm amongst their herd as look at me, right? In fact, they almost have to fight for what they want, fight off other competitors for what they want. In the reverse here, it seems to me, if this is all your energy represented here, that you're not necessarily feeling as though you're measuring up necessarily to where you need to be in terms of status, stature, strength, solidness behind you. So I don't want that to be discouraging for you to hear, Taurus, because like I said, I don't think that there has ever been a time in anybody's life where we didn't at some point or in some capacity feel this way. That's what goals are all about. It's all about striving for something great. So I just really want you to take that for what it's worth. Now, the flip side to that, you could be dealing with another earth type energy that they themselves are bringing this to you, right? So you might have all these plans, projects, all these things here, and you're just not feeling it today. You might be feeling like a little off, your game is just a little off here. The overall energy now is coming out as the Three of Pentacles. Again, more earth energy here. This is called collaboration and productivity. So it might be, right, that perhaps you feel like perhaps you've partnered with people who aren't quite at your caliber, and they might even be bringing you down a little bit if this is you up front in this fire energy. And you may have others partnering with you or that you're partnered with that are sort of not quite up to snuff. Now, are they going to get there? I think that your desire, certainly, because the Three of Pentacles is here, although it's in the reverse, I think that your desire is to get there. You want to get there with these people or this person. Now, if this is you over here, right, not quite feeling your mojo or that you're measuring up to the expectations and the responsibilities sort of put on your back, you may also be thinking to yourself, is this collaboration really where it's at for me? Are they asking from me more than what I feel comfortable delivering or feel comfortable participating in? And the thing about that Taurus is, you know, how many times in our lifetime have we almost bit off more than we can chew or stepped into an arena where we're like, it's just not a good fit, it's not working. They are sort of all over the place with all their projects and jobs and responsibilities, and you can't really settle into one and do it at to your best. You feel like your energy is too scattered amongst too many other things, and you may have, for example, a boss or a parental figure or a brother or somebody that you're collaborating with who's saying, yeah, 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 let's go, go, go. And you're like, you don't understand. I don't operate like that. I like to focus on something, one thing, and I like to do it to my best and very intently until I achieve, a caliber of work or produce a product that is really something I can be proud of and something that I feel is really going to measure up. So those are just some things to think about here as I look at this reading. We'll get into it more. We'll see if we can't dig out who some of these players are, if you have different people in the mix, if perhaps this isn't just your energy in here, and find out where you fit and perhaps maybe even the next steps to come. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put the camera back up here for a minute and talk to you a little bit face to face. I'm going to bring these cards around so that they look a little cleaner for me to see as we start to clarify them. Okay. It is good energy in terms of, a blend of earth and fire. If you are an earth sign, you know very well that you do from time to time need to step into that fire side of yourself. You've got to bring the vavoom when stuff starts to get hectic. I can imagine in certain companies, for example, there are sort of these waxes and wanings of responsibility periods for the company where suddenly you've got 9,000 projects coming. You are perhaps in a position of leadership, and on most days things are pretty cruise, but not right now. Right now, this reading may very much be about talking about collaborating with others, and now you've got all this other stuff that's coming at you, and you might have to sort of segment yourself away from that collaborative group and go after something on your own. Is that extra work for you? It sure is. You're taking on more burdens, right? However, with the King of Wands, this reading is saying you've got what it takes. You've got what it takes. So let's take a look here. We're going to grab the Gilded Royal Tarot deck. I'm just going to shuffle it up a little bit. I'm going to start by clarifying the Ten of Wands. See what it is that you're so dedicated. So, S's and elbows. You're really getting down to it here with all of this work, okay? Lots of motion, lots of action. Those horses there, the Ten of Wands really isn't a horse. It looks more like a mule now that I look at it. Don't that fit the stubborn nature of a good Taurus? Boy, I'm going to do it. Come heck or high water, I am going to achieve these goals. You just watch me go. All right, Taurus. Here we go. Let's take a look at the Ten of Wands. I just want to see if we can get maybe 2 or 3 would be nice. Clarifiers. What is all this extra work here for the Ten of Wands? What do we got? Okay, this one wants to come. The World. Woo-wee. Goodness. You might even be having to do a lot of travel, jet setting. I'll show you these as I get them out. Here goes the next one. The Knight of Pentacles. There is Taurus all day. This could very much be you, Taurus. The Four of Wands. Wow. And the 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. All righty then. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay. Look, the Ten of Wands and the World card. You're trying to get something completed for real. A lot of things, probably. You may have to be multitasking with people who aren't in your same space. Like you've got a company here and then 16 jobs over there. So you may have to do some video conferencing or travel to pull all this together. Okay. Behind that, directly behind the World, you've also got the Knight of Pentacles. This is earth energy. It's a knight. People say, oh, you're stuck. You're not moving with the Knight of Pentacles. This is stagnation. I will never say that. And here's why. I'm an earth sign. So I'm here to tell you, yes, this knight is moving, but it's earth energy, and people need to appreciate and value that perspective. That perspective has everything to do with, although there are so many things we've got to get done, we will forever in a day always be careful, cautious, analyze, see things all the way to the bottom, go through the itemized checklist of everything until we've brought it forward. Now, The downside, right? The other side to this is if you're dealing with a Knight of Wands, that person may be looking at you like you're just not moving fast enough, man. Pick up the pace, get going, get going, get going. But it is important for sometimes those types of individuals in that fire energy to step back and value why they have you on your team or on their team. They need to value the fact that you just don't let things slip through the cracks because you're rushing through it. You're really very cautious, methodical, and careful. Knights are doers. So no matter how you slice it, you're riding the pony here, and he may not be booking it across those hills, but he's making good progress and it's solid. Okay. Finally, you've got the Four of Wands. So, okay, this is security, stability, four walls, right? That hold this archway up. You've got a couple underneath here. If you have a wedding, for example, that you are planning, there's many pieces that go into that, right? You might also be picking up extra work because weddings are not cheap. Let's face it, you've got to bring in the dough, and you've also got to line up all the different parts and pieces that go along to hosting this big ceremony. So, Taurus, I also had at the bottom of the deck here, you're not going to believe what's underneath this card, by the way. I'm going to show it to you. The Ten of Pentacles. This is longevity, legacy. What you're trying to create here with someone or by yourself is something that's long lasting, right? It's not just a drop in the bucket. It's going to be enough. This partnership, this collaboration, this marriage, celebratory energy, it's going to stick around, right? It may be family related, legacy related, put it where it fits. But the funny thing is, and I say funny because you've already had it come out, you've got the 10 of Wands again right behind it. So, Taurus, I'm getting the vibe more and more that this is really all you, whether you're in King of Wands energy or King of Pentacles in the reverse energy. This reading feels very much like you. But I don't want to jump to conclusions. We're going to clarify. Don't worry. We will. So, man, that's amazing. I don't know what kind of thing you're planning, but it looks good. It looks like it's going to take some work and some funds, and you're going to have to really keep your nose to the grind. But if anybody can do it, it's Taurus, as much I know. So let's take a look at the King of Wands. Why is the King of Wands here? If we can get one or two King of Wands. Who is this? Is this Taurus? Is this you, Taurus? What are you doing here with the King of Wands? Let's see if we can get a couple out here. What are you doing here? There's one. Oh my goodness. 10 of Wands wanted to come out again. I'm telling you, I believe it's you. I do. I do. What is it? Okay. The Magician. Love it. Right behind the Magician, two cards fell out. You got the Death card. I'm going to show you these. I'm just going to pull one more just because that Death card was literally right behind the Magician, and I did not intentionally pull that. It just kind of came with it, but it's there nonetheless. Okay, this one wants to come. Okay, you got the Five of Cups and the Five of Swords at the bottom. Ooh. Well, that took a turn. All right. So we talked about the King of Wands, right? This very charismatic character. This could be an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. And as I see these clarifiers, it does now shed a little bit more light on this story. This person also brings with them a lot of baggage, a lot of burdens, a lot of stuff that they're responsible for. If you, in fact, have partnered with this person, or this is somebody that you're collaborating with, trying to achieve your goals over here, which your energy is definitely present in with the Knight of Pentacles, this person might be seriously slowing you down. This person might be seriously causing things to fall through the cracks. Perhaps it's just too much, right? They just bring too much to the table for you to manage it and do it the right way. Now, I say that because just beneath the 10 of Wands here, you pulled the Magician. So the Magician, right? He is a person that feels like I can create anything. I can do anything. I've got all these tools, right? all the tools, the resources, the knowledge, the know-how. However, this King of Wands, right? He definitely embodies the energy of a magician, somebody who could stand up in front of a crowd, put on a show like no other, and get everybody cheering for him and jumping forward into this, even if it looks overwhelming, they'll go because he can convince them of that. So caution with that. I say have some caution here. If this person is a real slick Rick, they say, um, it may be a little overwhelming for you. And in fact, I know that it is, given what we've seen so far. The death card follows. Now, this is scorpionic energy, but it's also the energy of change, right? Transformation. There's definitely a vibe here, right? If this is someone else in this King of Wands energy, there's a vibe of trying to transform the current situation into something else. However, with all that they're bringing here, like I said, it can be something that is just too much. This person may be asking too much of you. What follows that transformation card, the death card, is regret. It is Five of Cups. So, is this person bringing all of this to the table because, and I have to say, because these are clarifiers to the King of Wands energy and why he showed up here? Is there a circumstance in the past, perhaps, that they regretted? All right. And whatever road or travel they went down, they ended up taking on more than they could really truly muster. Perhaps they weren't being completely truthful, although creative, about what they could really hold up, their end of the bargain. Very creative. It brought something to a complete full stop. And that to them felt like a failure. In the Five of Cups, you can see that this person is just sort of on their knees and they are sort of lamenting over, emotionally, they're lamenting over mistakes or regrets, um, that are no longer here. It's that crying over spilt milk, type of vibe. So I want you to use caution. If Taurus, this is not you, this is in fact, you're aware that you're working with someone like this. I want you to use caution about where their story came from and how they got here and what they're actually bringing to your table and how that's affecting you financially. I have seen people who, they're in a pretty strong position, but they end up partnering up with someone who's trying to perhaps climb the ladder to get to the same place, but they come with sort of a mess in their lifetime. And that ends up toppling over everybody's apple cart, not just their problems. Now their problems become your problems as well, right? Almost like, help me straighten my life out. I'll be here for you. I promise, I can do it. But truly, they've got so much baggage that they're carrying. Can they really devote this much time and energy in this collaboration with you? So, just a word of caution, right? They are in the upright. I think that they do tend to come to the table with good intentions. But, well, what's that saying? The road to hell was paved with good intentions. Yeah. So just be careful what you wish for there, okay? Now, the next card we're going to take a look at here is this Six of Wands. This is in the reverse, right? The Six of Wands. Get that glare off of there. So in the upright, again, this would be the stag. Um, Actually, this is the last card that came out. When I flipped your cards around, I had them sort of not in the correct order here now, but let's straighten it out. The next card that came out for you is actually the King of Crystals or the King of Pentacles in the reverse. And this is what I talked about with the two kings next to each other. One of them was in the upright. The other one is Earth energy, which is this one. And this is that vibe that, just not feeling like I'm getting where I need to be financially in a stability perspective. So, all right, let's see what he's doing here. If this is you, Taurus, we're going to hopefully find out more information about what you're doing here in the reverse position or what affected you to get you here. So we're going to clarify that now. King of Pentacles, King of Crystals for Taurus. Why is it here? Why is this King This one wants to come. Hangman in reverse. Okay, that's good. No longer hanging around, self-sacrifice. Nine of Wands, perseverance. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense now. I'm starting to get that. Ooh, there's that Five of Wands again and the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords. What's underneath that? The Eight of Swords. Getting stuck in something, and the Three of Swords. Okay, Taurus. Okay. Listen, if this is you, okay, you've partnered up, collaborated, or perhaps maybe you bit off more than you could chew, going for something, right? Something that you know you really want with the Four of Wands, the very beginning, really want this. The Hangman, right? In the reverse, it tells me that you've decided self-sacrifice is not the way to go here. Now, I'll just be honest with you. The other way to view this is you didn't really see it. You didn't see it. In the upright, the hangman is deliberately putting himself in a waiting position. He's looking at something very carefully to get all the knowledge and information that they need before they take an action. Okay, before they actually stop sacrificing and come down, because they can get themselves down from wherever they are when they're good and ready. Now, you're not hanging there. Okay. So this is a clarifier to what you're doing now or where you are now. So it's very possible. I'm just going to take it from this perspective, first of all. If this is you, right, there was not enough time, or you had to sacrifice of yourself more than you could put in whenever you whenever you got into this. There was more required of you than you could actually put in. And that could be because the opportunity was just not fruitful enough, although it required a lot of work, required a lot of effort, but the output of that, right, didn't really pay off. It could also be that there was a rush, right? A rush to decide to go after something with the hangman in the upright, not enough time taken to really stop and see it through. The other sort of vibe that I'm getting from this is that in the past, you had a different kind of perspective about this whole idea or this whole venture, right? Like your rose colored glasses might have still been on. In the upright, the hangman is not getting all the whole full picture that he would if he was like this, and really allowing all of that information, right, to come through. In the reverse, it's sort of like wearing those rose colored glasses when you first looked at something. Okay. Now, what followed that is the Nine of Wands. So this person, if this is you, not really having a good, honest bird's eye view of this, is feeling a little bit like on the defense. Okay. They feel like they've got to almost stand guard or stand watch and sort of persevere through it. When I look at this guy on this card, he's got one leg in a sinkhole and the other one's on firm footing. It's almost like he's testing the waters to see how dangerous is it, right? You see that? He's leery. He's leery. And I feel like you had that opportunity to see this sinkhole at one point, but you didn't spend enough time maybe checking it out or looking at it. Like if you'd have taken a little bit more time, maybe dug in a little deeper into this, you might have seen the sinkhole. But I think that you were giving it a go. Like you wanted almost to give the benefit of the doubt to this King of Wands or to this circumstance, this collaboration, this endeavor. You wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt, but there was something about it that led you to feel leery. I think that you had an inkling. I do. Now, that in turn is clarified by the Five of Wands. And you can see that everybody here, right, is in a skirmish. I feel like you saw that there was a lot of chaos, a lot of backbiting, and a lot of infighting in this endeavor, in this collaboration with this King of Wands, or that it might actually bring that. I don't know if this person was bringing that with them, if that was part of the 10 of Wands, the baggage. But I feel like, yeah, I feel like this individual, this King of Wands, this fire energy brought more than just opportunities or work, but they brought with them competitive infighting and some chaos there as well. Which, as you know, if you're trying to complete something, that's really going to throw a monkey wrench in your cogs because you're going to be spending a whole lot of time cleaning up issues, right? Like extraneous squabbling, envious people, jealous people are coming into the mix. I want this. No, I deserve this. You can kind of you get the vibe, right? So, yeah. Have you ever seen a circumstance where you work for a company, let's just say, and another company wants to hire you to consult? But the company, and it sounds great, and they paint a great picture. They're like, yeah, come on over here and consult with us. And, you know, we're going to give you XYZ opportunities to grow your side gigs or whatever, right? And then the company that you actually work for full time gets wind of that. And they're like, mm, you know, we come to find out that you're acting as a consultant for this company over here, and that would be fine. However, it has now brought competition to our back door. And we don't like that. You see what I mean? Yeah. All right, let's get a look at the Six of Wands in the reverse. So this is a card of not feeling as successful, as noticed, um, as triumphant, as chosen as you would like to. Okay, let's take a look. Why is the Six of Wands here in the reverse for Taurus? What happened here with the Six of Wands in the reverse for Taurus? Six of Wands in the reverse. Okay. The Empress. Six of Wands for Taurus. That's the Taurus card all day. The Empress. Two of Pentacles. Okay. Six of Wands in the reverse with the Two of Pentacles. You can get one more. That'd be great for Taurus. Six of Wands in the reverse. Ten of Pentacles again. Bottom of the deck is the Fool. The Fool card. Queen of Cups underneath. Okay. Let's talk about it. Here you got Six of Wands in the reverse. And now we have the feminine energy of Taurus for sure. Could it be another type of sign? Sure. I've heard people say Empress is also a sign of Gemini. Empress is also a sign of Cancer because she seems to be pregnant, and that's very motherly energy. So I'm just saying some readers might call it one or the other. To me, it's a very Taurian sign. It's very fertile. It's very earthy, right? So she's like literally sitting and standing in her earthbound environment there, right? Everything is lush and abundant. So the clarifiers to the Six of Wands in the reverse, feeling triumphant, victorious, triumphant in terms of whatever the fire, passionate endeavor is, whatever you love, right? You'd like to be loved for it or loved back by it. The Empress is here to say there's growth, right? That you were after. And you're in the upright if this is you. There's growth that you're after. If the masculine energy that's here, that's present, King of Pentacles in the reverse, and then the King of Wands in the upright, if the masculine energy is here, Taurus, and this is you, you may be looking at the masculine as, I just don't think you've got what it takes to partner with me. I mean, I'm an empress. I'm an empress. And so until you're an emperor, a king of wands who is also a king of pentacles and not really bringing enough to the table to support a lifelong 10 of pentacles future isn't going to allow me to choose this option, right? It just isn't. I'll put it to you like this. Suppose you are the owner of a Fortune 500 company, okay? And somebody comes and applies to be the president of your company. That person happens to be a fire sign, a king of wands. And he walks in the door and he says, I'm going to take this company to a Fortune 600, not a 500, but a 600 company. Won't be any like it other than us. And I'm going to do this, that, and the third. And they put all these wands on the table and they say, it's going to take a lot of hard work, but I've got everything it takes to achieve this goal. Boy, I know it. I'm going to get the right people and XYZ. And you get into doing their HR investigation, and what you find out is they've got 6 liens against their personal property. They're being sued by a couple other people from their last company. However, they've got great references from 4 different other companies, and they seem to have a great sales pitch. But financially, you're very concerned, right? You feel like this cannot be it, right? I want this. I want to be abundant and have an opportunity to continue to grow in this circumstance, long-term foreseeable future. Okay. So, meaning you may have to turn this individual down in the King of Wands or King of Pentacles vibe if it's one person, one male there. Okay. Yeah. Now, the other way I can see that is this person is looking at you, right? This King of Wands in the upright, and he sees you for all you are. All you are. King of Pentacles is also looking at you. And now you've got to decide, right? Am I available? Am I open to either of these individuals? One carries a lot of baggage. The other one is not really financially stable, but otherwise a solid person through and through. Neither may seem like your bag of chips. Okay. So when I say that, what I mean is what follows is the 2 of Pentacles. And there you are juggling and having to make a decision or a choice about which is really going to bring you the most fruit, basically, the most abundant future, right? What you want to hold on to more than anything, or at least to have in your future, is the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. The 10 of Pentacles here. Now, Taurus, I have to say, these are clarifiers to the 6 of Wands and the reverse. So why this is here, right? not feeling victorious, all of this has everything to do with your beautiful energy, right? Your beautiful energy here says you're abundant, you bring something to the table that has everything to do with legacy and long term. And you have the capacity now to make or break this situation for someone, right? For someone. The question is, how long can you keep doing this? Is it going to grow or is it going to deplete? Is it going to be successful and victorious or not, right? This would be saying you're pretty darn good here, Taurus. If this is you, you're pretty darn good here. So be careful about stepping into energy that is not quite ready. The Six of Wands is here, meaning there's potential, or it wouldn't have shown up at all. Right now is the question. Look at the situation for what it really is, not what you hope it to be, what it really is, not what it has potential for, but what it really is, so that you can be sure what basket you're going to put your eggs in, because you got eggs in there. And they want to be very stable. Okay. All right, let's look at the Three of Pentacles. That was your overarching energy, the card at the bottom of the deck. It is in the reverse. This is a card of what most tarot decks show as a collaborative effort, at least three people coming together to start creating something that is tangible, meaning you can smell, touch, feel, taste. It's got some oomph to it, some solid backing behind it. Now it's at the beginning stage though, so it's about planning, it's about analyzing in a collaborative means, in a group setting. So in the reverse, what we're seeing is this collaboration, right, might not be getting off to a great start. If you've got two separate energies, Taurus, a King of Wands and a King of Pentacles in the reverse, you may have a problem with these two people coming together in a productive way. And you may have to reevaluate with the Two of Pentacles there. You may have to reevaluate how this is really going to work best. Um, can all three of you come together as a group, if there's three separate individuals, and actually achieve the goal that you have, which is the Ten of Pentacles and the Empress vibe, right? Can you do this? Let's talk about it. Let's take a look. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Why is it here for Taurus? Three of Pentacles. Why is it here in the reverse? Okay, this one wants to come. Take a look at that. Three of Pentacles. Why is it here in the reverse for Taurus? Okay. And one more. Three. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I see that. Three of Pentacles in the reverse for Taurus. Why is it here? One more. This one. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. And the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. So this is, right, the commitment. This is the contractual agreement, the higher power. This is doing it right, above board. Okay, everything above board, everything's done correct, gets the blessing of the highest of all, right? So there's something about that. Now, this card is your first card, and it is the Lovers. And Taurus, I am telling you now, this is about choice. This is about choice. Now, could this be a romantic relationship and you've got a choice between two people, one that brings a whole lot of fire and a whole lot of oomph, but a lot of baggage, and another one that is more earthy in nature? They're solid, but right now their finances are a little on the topsy turvy. It could be. It could be. So just kind of however that works in your life, right? Bottom line, this Lovers card is known as the choice. So how did we get here? We got here because a choice was made. And it was one where we felt like a partnership was really going to be, it was going to work out. It was like divinely guided. It's like that twin flame, if you want to put a TW or a TF on it, right? Um, However, what follows that then is the tower in the reverse. So these are clarifiers. I believe this already happened. So I feel like it's created a very unstable, rocky foundation. Bringing this together, this collaborative venture with these three individuals is like mixing oil and water. I'm telling you, this happened. This tower occurred. Remember, these are clarifiers, so this is something that brought us to here. This partnership. Now, interestingly enough, remember the King of Wands was in the upright, right? When we first started this. Sorry about the glare. Now, as a clarifier, he's in the reverse. Okay, there he is in the upright where we started. Very solid, charismatic, very passionate, excited dude. The way he came out here as a clarifier or as an actual, that was your base card, not a clarifier. Here in the clarifiers, he was in the reverse. I believe, right, that this partnership started because this individual, right, with the Five of Cups earlier on, this individual made some decisions that they regretted. Okay. This was their story. They made some decisions, perhaps in love, perhaps in finances. He had the Ten of Wands. He could have had all those choices on the table: career, friends, finances, family, love, and botched up a few. There's regrets. Okay. What is still standing, what he saw in his periphery, are two cups still standing that he could possibly go for, right? Could possibly go for. So what did he choose? Well, he chose to partner, right, with an earth sign, Taurus energy, Empress, King of Pentacles energy, chose to partner or was welcomed in by you and perhaps even the King of Pentacles. Welcomed in, come into the family, come on in. However, this this circumstance is not delivering, right? It's not delivering the outcome. There is a difficulty partnering with this individual because, like I say, it's like mixing oil and water. I'm not going to say that in current date with the King of Wands in the upright that he doesn't have his vavoom back and he's not back on the track. I'm just saying the way that some teams come together, it can be explosive, it can be unproductive, right? So if you're a CEO, for example, Taurus, I know I keep referring back to that because you came in as the Empress, so I can't really help it. You're standing there, you are in your energy. But if that's what you do, I mean, you're looking at this team and how it came to pass, how it came to be, and you're saying to yourself, listen, I've got a long-term 10 of Pentacles freaking chess box over here, and I'm watching it dwindle and dwindle and dwindle. And potentially for these reasons, right? These reasons. Somebody's siphoning off more than what we should be giving, and someone is also adding to the plate more work and more burdens and more baggage that's taking away from making progress, right? So I I'm just going to say, I'm not going to say in this current time that that King of Wands isn't a great player for your team. I just think that you need a minute with the Six of Wands in reverse. That's an unsuccessful outcome to this trio that I see here. If in fact it's three separate people. So if it's not three separate people, and Taurus, this is just you, this is you, who used to be standing in the Empress energy, who is now feeling more like the King of Pentacles in the reverse. You have to look back and ask yourself, okay, the people that I've sort of come together with, are they dragging me down or are they bringing me up? Right? Where are you trying to go? What are you trying to achieve here? Are you just trying to hold firm or are you trying to grow something with the Empress vibe? Are you trying to expand on that and grow it? And if you are, take a look at who's in your camp and make sure, right? Somebody ain't drilling holes in your boat or adding more weight to that boat till it ultimately sinks it. Okay? Just keep that in mind. What I want to do is I am going to get some Kipper. Let me get some Kipper cards on this. I want to see these people, see what kind of energy they are really here for. This King of Wands and the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Let's take a look at these people here. If we can. Father God, tell me about this King of Wands. What else do we need to know about what he's doing here now? Is there any more information? Wow. Okay. So 2 cards flew out. The first one was Coffin. The King of Wands already pulled as a clarifier, the Death card. And you can't make that up. Okay. That's his energy. He wants to transform something, right? That's what he's doing here. Putting a lot of work into this. There's a lot of work going into this, Taurus. This is you. You're busting butt, right? You are. Why? Great fortune. There's a goal here, right? That this person sees. I think in the past with the 5 of Cups, there's regret about that. Maybe some serious losses were taken, right? Right now, they feel like, not this time, not this time. This time I'm going for it. I'm going to go for all I got. I'm going to give it everything this time. And it's going to be successful. Okay. That's what they're doing here. I asked the question, what is the King of Wands doing here? Right? So because they're in the upright right now, I do think that those are their intentions. But what they bring with them is a lot of baggage, Taurus. A lot, a lot. And I don't know if that works well with your plan, with your team vibe. I don't know. Let's take a look. What is going on with this King of Pentacles in the reverse? This could also be a Capricorn here or another Taurus, sometimes a Virgo. What's going on with this King of Pentacles in the reverse? What are they doing here? Goodness, goodness. We've got a lot to talk about with this person. Okay. All right. Let's get them over here so you can see them all. What came out was high honor. This person is here, right? They're in the reverse. I don't think that they feel like this. I think that they feel like people look at them less than honorable, right? This is what they want. I said, what are they doing here? And they're currently in the King of Pentacles reversed energy. I think this is what they're seeking, right? They want to feel honorable. They want to feel like, there's somebody that you can be, they're respected amongst others in the public. Next card is bad health. Okay. Now, this person may have gotten ill. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. They may not be in the best physical condition. Maybe they can't actually work at the capacity that they used to when they were in the upright. So, an earth sign tends to be like a workaholic. I mean, true. We love to work. We love to get out there and earn that money. So if the King of Pentacles is here in the reverse with the bad health card, this person may have literally gotten sick and had to take time off, and they may not be able to fulfill those contracts. And now they're leaning into that King of Wands over there who's like, oh, I can handle it. I can do it. Just give it to me. I can take it. I got 999 other things that I promised to everybody, but I'm good for it. Right. And they see money. They see great fortune. They see an opportunity, right? That could possibly elevate them. That King of Wands is eyeing this. Okay. There's the marriage, the partnership. Taurus, as the Empress, are you now also planning a wedding? Are you trying to, you're the only feminine energy over here. If this is you as a feminine in this reading, here you are. You're like, yeah, but I got a wedding to take care of. Man, my husband might have fallen ill or is down in the bed, maybe hurt his back or something. I'm just giving you a scenario. I'm not saying this is your life story. I'm just saying, for example, you can see how this works. My husband is not feeling well. He's got to turn over some of his jobs over to this other guy over here, and he's loving it because he's a King of Wands. He sees money in his future. So, of course, he's going to say, yes, 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 I'll take it. I'll take it all. But can he do it all? Can he really? If you are trying to achieve this, we said this in the very beginning, Four of Wands, you're planning a wedding and it's taking cash, right? It's taking money. You might be hoping that King of Pentacles in the reverse, this is his clarifiers, might be hoping that this process will bring in unexpected income or money, right? That this partnership is it's gonna work out. It's gonna be okay because he can actually pick up and fulfill some of those responsibilities or jobs that perhaps your current partner, if you are engaged and planning a wedding, isn't capable of fulfilling right now, right? So finally, there is the journey. Okay. The journey. So when I look at this, you can see that there's a guy and he looks like he's actually getting on the train. Like he's got his bags there and he's just waiting for the train to pull up so he can get on the train and go. I don't see that he's gotten off the train and is leaving. I see that he's got his bag sitting there waiting to load up and go. And so I sort of feel like, if you're fixing to do this thing, you want to do this thing, it might be time, right? It might be time for you to just go ahead and go. That's how the King of Pentacles is seeing it. Let's go. We're going to go. I am going to recover. I'm going to get well. I'm going to get off this ship for a minute. Let the King of Wands take it. We'll get married over in so and so place. That's kind of how I'm getting this vibe. It feels very much like you can imagine if you had a family business even with a brother and your husband is sort of the primary worker, something happens to him, he needs to take some time off, some downtime, right? And he asks the brother, "Hey, can you take this on for me? I'm going to, rest up, I'm going to get feeling better, and then I got to go on this wedding journey and we're going to go get married. We're going to be here, there, everywhere." I can kind of see this in like real life playing out. And here you are as the Empress, right? And you're over here trying to get this, for lack of a better word, ish show off the ground. You want it to be successful, right? You want it to be great. You want to feel like the family business is good. It's requiring a lot of juggling, but you got it. You happen to be the Empress. But I'm a little concerned with this last card. This is the only thing. I would only say this, Taurus. I would just say, if you're going to put your stability into a partnership, right? A partnership with a third entity, and you're going to give them those responsibilities, You just really, really want to be confident in that decision. You know, have a backup plan. Sometimes that's nice too. King of Wands might feel like he don't need one, but you might want to have a backup plan because I feel like some things are fixing or have fallen through the cracks here. I think the King of Wands sees a potential to grow their side of things, but if stuff truly falls apart, whose back is that going to fall on? Like, whose reputation will it affect? Whose bank account will it affect? Is it going to be the King of Wands that owns the accountability and the fallout, or will it be you and perhaps your partner, your other partner in this? If it's not your husband, it could be just another partner of some kind. Okay. So Taurus, that's all I think I have for you today. Let me pull a wild unknown tarot spirit animal card. Okay, this is just going to give you some energies to pull from or to think about with this whole circumstance. Okay, that you might find useful, helpful to navigate your current circumstance. All right, your current energy situation. Yeah. I mean, everybody wants to have somebody that can step in and fulfill the shoes when in our absence. We all want that. And you've got to have some trust and some faith that that's going to happen. I can't help but get away from the notion, Taurus, with the 6 of Wands in reverse, that you need to have a backup plan here. That you need to have some sort of let me bail that out, okay? All right. All right, let's take a look here what these spirit animal cards have to say. Is there any additional messages here or energy that can help Taurus navigate this circumstance? Okay, perhaps we can get one more. We just got one that flew right out the gate. Okay, there's two. All right, let's take a look. Okay, the first one is the bear. All right, so these cards have a symbol at the top, okay, and they kind of give you an idea of what kind of energy you're dealing with. Okay, I'm going to read directly from the book. I'm not as quite solid in terms of my understanding of these cards as I'd like to be just yet. So before I just go blabbering off on them, I would rather open the page of this and read it directly to you. Again, this will help you work with these energies best during this time. So the symbol, let me just turn to that so you can see it. The symbol that you pulled at the top of this card with the bear is Earth. Okay. So you're in your element here with the bear. It's Earth. Here we go. Waking from spiritual slumber, beginning anew. After a long winter, the bear arises from deep slumber. At first, the movement and effort are difficult, but the bear knows it's time to awaken and move toward the drawing light. The bear card represents an individual on the cusp of new directions and personal transformation. The death card with the King of Wands. We saw that. The initial weeks and months of this spiritual quest may feel tricky, Magician card, cumbersome, 10 of Wands, and full of obstacles, again, 10 of Wands. But you have no choice, bear. Winter wanes, the warmth of spring emerges, and your transformation begins. When in balance, inner strength, yearning to grow. When out of balance, withdrawal, lethargy, heaviness. To bring it into balance, movement, and exercise. So I do feel like you pulled the bear here, Taurus, because if this is not your energy, but it's somebody you're working with, like the King of Wands, they are feeling it. They're enthusiastic. They're in the upright now. They were not in the past, but now they are. They are enthusiastic. They want to go after this. They feel like for them it would be a new beginning. You know, coming from the Five of Cups, they feel like for them it would be a new beginning. Okay. The next card that you pulled is the hyena. Okay. So I'm going to show you the element that represents here. The hyena is fire energy. You had a lot of fire with that King of Wands up in here. and 10 of Wands. Here we go. Aggression, rigid thinking, following orders. Fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us. Fire ant. I didn't mean to read fire ant. I meant to read hyena. Here we go. Humor, wit, sarcasm. Sorry about that. The hyena personality is a jokester and crowd pleaser, but below the surface, there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. Taurus. Taurus, King of Wands. I'm just going to hold these up because you need to see it. Okay. This is the King of Wands, the jokester, right? You pulled to clarify him, right? Jokester and crowd pleaser, but below the surface, there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm and humor to express your truth. Are you using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships or to mask things that you feel uncomfortable discussing? What would happen if you took your goals seriously? When in balance, they are charming, witty, fun to be around. When they're out of balance, they're scrappy, petty, suspicious. To bring into balance, sobriety. So, those are your energy messages, okay, Taurus, to help you deal with this. All right. If this is your energy, place it where it fits. If it's reversed, if this is somebody that you know or the cross watcher, perhaps, hand it on over. If it doesn't resonate with you at all, don't worry about it. There's another reading coming next week. Overall, I think it's a good reading. I just think that it requires you to have some caution and some oversight of this individual, this King of Wands, because I don't know that they're necessarily um, painting the workload that's required of them in fully in the honest light as in terms of whether or not they can swing it all. Okay. Or whether or not this collaboration, this partnership, this endeavor is really going to be a good fit. So thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards today, Taurus. Stay tuned for Capricorn. We're coming up live with them soon. And if you need a book a personal reading, link is below in the description box. Go to my website. Again, I will never seek you out for a reading. Go to my website and I will check you out next week. Thank you so much. Bye.